All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is with you. We're going to take a look at chapter two, lesson three. We're going to be taking a percent to a decimal and the decimal back to a percent. I'm going to show you without the calculator. I'm going to show you how to use the calculator. It's probably quicker to do it without, but if you want to rely on that calculator, that's fine with me. I just want to make sure that we know how to do this. Okay, so let's get rocking and rolling here. All right, so we know all percents are out of 100, right? So that's important. So you have to understand that if I wanted to put that into a fraction form, it would be 27 out of 100. Then I would simplify it if I could, which I can't because that's reduced down. This would be what? 15 out of 100. This would be 4 out of 100 because all percents are out of 100. We've learned that, I think, on Monday or Friday, whenever that was. But now what we're going to do is we're just going to simply change this to a decimal. Now, really, what you have to think about is if we want to change this to a decimal, and I'm going to start by rewriting it here, we have to understand where is the decimal in any number. Well, in this instance, the decimal with there's it's at the end of the number. So if I want to change this, all right, percent, and by the way, I'll write that percent there. If I want to change 27% to a decimal, all I do is move that decimal point 2 places to the left, and I'll rewrite it. So 27% is 27 hundredths. Let's try that again. So if I rewrite down 15% here and put the decimal where it is right now, to change this to a percent to a decimal, I move it to the left and I end up with 15 hundredths. And if you think about that, 15 hundredths is 15 over 100, which is 15%, right? Now let's go to 4%. 4%, same thing as 4.0 you could put there, but I'm not putting the zero just for an instance here. I want to show you now. I'm going to move this 2 to the left. 1, 2. Now you'll notice that there's a valley here, so we're going to annex a 0, and I'm going to rewrite that on the line as 4 hundredths, which is 4 out of 100, right? So that's a pretty quick and easy way to do it. I'll show you now how to do it with your calculator. Okay, so we have the correct answer. So let's go ahead and turn our calculator on and let me clear it because I've been using it for class. And let me start by adding 27%. Okay, and let me slide that. There you go. Now, if I want to change that to a decimal, all I'm going to do is just hit enter. And there it is, 0.27, right? If I wanted to change that to a fraction, I would hit second n over d, and there it is, and need simplified. But we're not going to the fraction. We're just going to go to the decimal, right? Let's try it again. 15%. Now, there's another way to do it. Instead of hitting enter, I could hit second n over d, and what comes up? The fraction, right? Let me put that over there so you can kind of see it there. But I don't want that, so I'll just do it again, right? And there it comes up as 15 hundredths, and there it is. But really, the easiest way to do is just moving it manually to the left. So let's go one more. 4%. And if you just hit the enter, we're back to doing that. Nothing happened there. Oh, there it went. Is 4 hundredths. And there's what we have. So two separate ways to do that, but really the mental way is the easiest way. Let's come down here and change a decimal back to a percent. If we move the decimal point to the left to get from a decimal to a percent, here we're going to go 2 to the right, right? And this was 2 to the left. So let's go ahead and do this. 3/10. All right, and if I was to write this like this, I would move this to 1, 2, annex a 0, and there it is. So 3/10 is 30%. Okay. Here we have 82 hundredths. 1, 2, which is now 82. And we can't forget that percent sign because 82% is way different than the number of 82, right? Way smaller. Next one, 51 hundredths. So I'm going to rewrite that, move it 2 to the left, and I'm going to end up with 51%, right? So pretty good stuff there. Again, I'm going to go back to my calculator and show you how to do that. So let me clear that for you. And let me enter 3/10, and there's 3/10, right? And if I want to change that to a percent, I'm going to use the second function of this button, second percent, And there it is. It's 30%. Let's try it with 82 hundredths. Okay, so it's 82 hundredths. And I'm going to hit second percent. And let me pull it over there where you can see it. It's 82%, which is what we got there. Sorry. Last one is 51 hundredths. And I'm going to change that to a percent. So I go second percent, and boom, you see it there. So again, easier to do it mentally. Calculator will certainly do it. It's up to you what you want to rely on there. Okay, so one last time. To go a percent to a decimal, we move it 2 to the left. What are we moving? The decimal point. To go to a decimal to a percent, we're going to move it 2 to the right. What are we moving? The decimal point. And that is your lesson on changing a percent to a decimal or a decimal to a percent. Enjoy. Go ahead and crank up the homework. Bye-bye.